Hi, everyone. Today we are going to talk about hormones and tropisms. Hormones for plants, just like humans and animals, we have hormones. Well, plants also have hormones. And hormones are those chemicals. So it's a chemical substance that control pattern of growth and development and plants' responses to the environment. The first hormone we're going to talk about is auxin. Auxin is used for growth. It produces branching. If you look at the pictures at the bottom here, these little dots represent the hormone auxin, and auxin is used for elongation in the stem. So if you notice, they go in the shaded region, and it promotes this cell elongation. And if you notice that usually a plant's going to start going towards the sun in something called phototropism. It causes a plant to bend towards the light. So with auxin causes the elongation. So if you look at this picture down here, it bends towards the light. So with auxin and phototropism, it's able to do that bend. Later on, we're going to talk about gravitropism, which causes roots to grow downward. The next hormone is cytokinins. Cytokinins stimulate cell division in roots. Now, you've seen this word cell division. We talked about mitosis. So cell division, if you remember when we did the mitosis hands and the last part of it right before divided, it was called cytokinesis. Well, if you notice that cytokinin sounds very close to cytokinesis. So cell division is whenever it starts to grow. So if we look here, it says causes dormant seeds to sprout. So if it's a dormant seed, that means it's not sprouting, but this hormone cytokinin causes cell division, which starts the plant growth because cell division helps the plant to grow. The hormone gibberellin, it is used for the production of larger fruit. So it produces a dramatic increase in the size. If we look at the picture down here, we have grapes. This set of grapes here doesn't have a lot of the hormone gibberellin, so it's a lot smaller. Ones that have a lot of this hormone make a whole lot larger fruit. Scientists can synthesize gibberellin, and they can put this hormone in certain fruits, and it makes them larger, and we get more to eat. The next hormone is ethylene. Ethylene stimulates fruits to ripen. If you look at the pictures down here, so the example they give you is a banana. So when a banana is picked off of a plant, a banana tree, it starts to produce this ethylene gas. Now, the gas surrounding it is what causes the fruit to start to ripen. And when something ripens, it becomes sweeter, it's more tasty, and the reason it gets that way is because it wants an animal to come and eat it and then take its seed somewhere else so it could make more banana trees. So this gas that surrounds it is what causes it to ripen. So ethylene gas makes it ripen. If you've ever watched some YouTube channel videos where somebody has like an unripened avocado and they want to make it ripe faster, they say to put it next to a fruit that's already ripe. Well, the reason is because they are emitting this ethylene gas that surrounds it. So then it goes onto the unripened fruit and makes it ripen a whole lot faster. We're going to talk about tropisms next, which are plant responses. We as animals, we respond with our nervous system, but plants, they do not have a nervous system. They have tropisms, and these are the responses they have towards their environment. So definition of tropism is the plant response to external stimuli. So we're going to talk about three types. We're going to talk about ones that respond to light, to touch, and to gravity. The first one is called gravitropism. gravitropism. If you look at the prefix, it's the response to gravity. So when talking about this plant down here, we have things called shoots that go upward, and then we have our roots that grow downward. So the roots are what is responding to gravitropism because that is what's pulling it downward. If you look at the top here, you see these pluses and minus signs. With each of the tropisms we're going to talk about, you'll see it on the PowerPoint, but you will not need to know it for an attendance check or a quiz or test. But if you notice that the positive sign is going for the roots for gravitropism. So that means it's going towards that certain stimuli. Now, the negative corresponds to the shoot, and that's going against gravity. So that's why it's in the negative direction. Phototropism is the response to light. So a plant grows towards a light source. And we talked about that with the hormone. Do you remember what it is? It's auxin. So it is that bend with phototropism. So it's the response to light. So a plant, just like these grass blades here, they are bending towards the light. Now, if you notice, the positive moves towards the light because that's to the light. So that's why it's the positive direction. Thigmotropism is a response to touch. So looking at this picture down here, we have a plant that's curling around this branch here. So it's responding to that branch and it's curling around it. This happens with grapevines. Then we have our Venus flytrap at the bottom. So if we have an insect that goes into the Venus flytrap, like the flytrap closes on it because it feels that touch. It is the response to touch. So that is thigmotropism. Photoperiodism is a response to periods of light and darkness. So, for example, controls and timing of seasonal responses, such as flowering and growth, also temperatures when flowers do start to grow, whenever it's certain temperatures outside, all photoperiodism. The last thing we're going to talk about is winter dormancy. This is a period during which plant growth and activity decreases or stops.